Good day, everyone, doctor and also fellow friends. We are Group 1. Today, our group will be presenting a merger and acquisition case study on Yahoo's acquisition of Tumblr, which is widely regarded as one of the most unsuccessful tech acquisitions in recent history. Let me now introduce my team members. So to begin, let's briefly understand what is merger and acquisition. Merger and acquisition are corporate strategy used by the firm to achieve growth, expand market reach, gain new capability, or strengthen the competitive positioning. However, while M&A can offer major benefit, many deals fail due to the poor integration, cultural mismatch, or unrealistic expectation. And Yahoo acquisition of Tumblr is a classic example of this. First, let's look at the Tumblr. Tumblr was founded in 2007 as a macro-blogging and also social networking platform. It gained a strong popularity among the younger users, creative, and niche community. So by 2013, Tumblr had over 100 million of log and was considered one of the fastest growing social media platforms, but it struggled to generate sustainable revenue from its user base. Next, we have Yahoo, which was founded in 1994 and was once one of the world's leading internet company. However, by the early 2010, Yahoo was losing market relevance due to intense competition from firms such as Google, Facebook, and also Twitter. Its advertising revenue was declining, and the company struggled to attract younger users. In 2013, Yahoo acquired Tumblr for approximately $1.1 billion, making it one of the Yahoo largest acquisitions at the time. The main objective were to attract the younger users, increase traffic across the Yahoo platforms, and strengthen its position in the digital advertising. Yahoo also promised to allow Tumblr to operate independently in order to preserve its culture. However, despite this intention, the acquisition faced a major challenge in integration, monetization, and strategy alignment, eventually leading to poor performance and a massive write-down of investment.
Hi, so I continue with part 2, strategic plan behind Yahoo and Tumblr merger and acquisition. Yahoo acquisition of Tumblr was a bold attempt to reposition its brand in the fast-moving social media era. CEO Marissa Mayer wanted to make Yahoo exciting again. After years of decline and few integration like Flick and Jocities, analyst Colin Gillis noted that Yahoo was trying to be hip again, spending big after selling part of its Alibaba share, a move Mayer later admitted was a mistake. Next, Tumblr also offered Yahoo access to younger, highly engaged audience. At the time, Tumblr has hosted over 100 million blogs with 300 million monthly visitors and billions of minutes spent on the site. Yahoo expected this acquisition to boost its overall audience by 50%, surpassing 1 billion monthly visitors. So even though Tumblr was very popular, it had not fully converted that popularity into revenue on mobile, an area Yahoo also struggled with and urgently wanted to strengthen. Beyond expanding its user base, Yahoo also aimed to revive its advertising ecosystem. Once a leader in the online display advertising, Yahoo had lost ground to Google and Facebook, with its market share declining from 50.5% to 8.4%. Yahoo viewed Tumblr's vast and largely untapped advertising space as a key opportunity, as the founder, David Karp, had long resisted advertising and only began experimenting with interactive advertisement campaign in 2012. In short, Yahoo's Tumblr deal was about image, audience, and advertising, a high-stake gamble to restore its place as a central destination on the web. For part 3, is the merger and acquisition for maximizing growth value? The answer is yes. Although Tumblr generated relatively low revenue, about $13 million in 2012 and in the first quarter of 2013, Yahoo set an ambitious target of $100 million in revenue for Tumblr in 2013. Yahoo CEO Marissa Mayer stated that Tumblr would continue operating independently under David Karp, preserving its culture, product direction, and creator-focused mission, while avoiding the integration failures seen in Yahoo past acquisitions such as Flick and Jocities. At the same time, the acquisition also created operation synergies, where Tumblr could benefit from Yahoo's search and personalization technology, while Yahoo gained access to Tumblr's vast content base of over 50 billion posts and rapidly growing daily activities. Overall, by combining Yahoo advertising infrastructure with Tumblr engages user base and creative ecosystem, the acquisition was strategically designed to maximize long-term growth value through complementary strength rather than immediate profit.
Now, I will discuss Yahoo's 2013 acquisition of Tumblr, focusing on the tight horizontal expansion and integration approach. The acquisition is best classified as a conglomerate deal, with horizontal elements, as Yahoo and Tumblr operated in different but loosely related segments. Yahoo in search, email, and digital news, and Tumblr in microblogging and social networking. Horizontal aspects existed because both relied on digital advertising, and Tumblr complemented Yahoo's user base, boosting market reach. Integration was minimal, with Tumblr keeping its independence, brand, and management without supply chain integration.
Next, I will discuss the key obstacles that impacted Yahoo Tumblr M&A, followed by a review of risk management. The first major obstacle was cultural incompatibility. Tumblr had an open, creative, and community-driven culture, while Yahoo was a large and bureaucratic organization. This cultural mismatch caused a low employee morale, internal dissatisfaction, and the loss of key creative talent, which reduced innovation after the acquisition. The second obstacle was monetization difficulty. Tumblr users strongly registered advertisement because they viewed the platform as a space for personal expression, not commercial activity. However, Yahoo depended heavily on advertising revenue. As a result, sponsored posts caused user backlash and failed to generate expected revenue. The third obstacle was integration challenges. Yahoo initially used a hand-off approach to preserve Tumblr's independence. However, this led to a weak coordination and an unclear strategic direction. Later, interference created confusion in decision making and reduced operational efficiency. The final obstacle was content and reputational risk. Tumblr hosted adult and explicit content, which discouraged mainstream advertisers. Yahoo failed to address this issue early, limiting advertiser interest and revenue growth.
In the Yahoo Tumblr acquisition, conventional defensive tactics were largely absent because the deal was friendly, not hostile. Tumblr's management welcomed the acquisition to gain financial stability, advanced advertising tools, and access to Yahoo's infrastructure. Instead of legal or structural defenses, Tumblr focused on negotiated safeguards, such as maintaining operational independence, protecting its corporate culture, and preserving its user community and brand identity. David Karp remained CEO, and content policies and creative direction were largely unchanged. The board did not resist the deal, as the purchase price was attractive. This case shows that friendly M&A often shifts defenses from resistance to post-acquisition value protection.
Next, I will discuss the synergies expected from the Yahoo Tumblr acquisition and whether these synergies were actually realized. When Yahoo acquired Tumblr, the deal was mainly driven by expectations of revenue-based synergies rather than cost synergies. Yahoo believed that combining these established advertising infrastructure and data analytics capabilities with Tumblr's large, young, and highly engaged user base, it would be able to monetize Tumblr more effectively. The acquisition was also expected to increase overall user engagement across Yahoo's ecosystem and strengthen Yahoo's position in the digital advertising market. In addition, Yahoo saw Tumblr as a way to revitalize its brand. Tumblr's creative and community-driven image was expected to help Yahoo reposition itself as a modern and innovative media technology company, particularly in industry dominated by fast-growing social media platforms. However, in reality, these synergies were largely not realized. Yahoo struggled to convert Tumblr's high engagement into sustainable advertising revenue. Tumblr users were resistant to commercialization and advertisers were cautious due to concerns over brand safety and content. As a result, Yahoo's advertising company did not translate into meaningful revenue growth on Tumblr's platform. User cross-pollination was also limited, and Tumblr did not significantly enhance Yahoo's overall platform engagement or brand value. Overall, the expected synergies remained mostly theoretical and failed to create tangible value.
Next, for the overall risk management in the acquisition, it was weak and reactive, not proactive. For cultural risk management, Yahoo had no structured integration or talent retention plan, allowing cultural tensions to escalate. For monetization risk, Yahoo lacked a cover advertising strategy aligned with Tumblr's users' culture, relying instead on trial and error approaches. For content risk management, Yahoo delayed content moderation, which increased reputational risk and reduced advertiser confidence. In conclusion, ineffective risk management amplified these obstacles and significantly contributed to the failure of the Yahoo Tumblr acquisition.
And last but not least, I will explain the pre and post merger performance of Yahoo and Tumblr and why the merger ultimately failed. Before the acquisition, Yahoo was already a mature internet company facing declining growth, weakening advertising revenue, and increasing competition from companies such as Google and Facebook. Its growth prospects were limited, which pushed management to pursue acquisitions as a way to regain relevance. Tumblr, on the other hand, showed strong non-financial performance with rapid user growth and high engagement, especially among younger users. However, despite its popularity, Tumblr lacked a sustainable monetization model and was not generating strong financial returns. After acquisition, Tumblr's performance failed to improve as Yahoo as expected. Advertising revenue growth remained weak as users reacted negatively to the increased commoditization and advertisers were hesitant due to reputational and content-related concerns. Operational performance also deteriorated due to cultural incompatibility, unclear integration strategies, and the departure of key creative talent, which reduced innovation and competitiveness. The failure of acquisition became clear when Yahoo recorded a USD 712 million impairment charge in 2016, reflecting a significant decline in Tumblr's value. This was later reinforced when Tumblr was sold in 2019 for less than USD 3 million. Overall, the Yahoo Tumblr acquisition failed due to overpayment, unrealistic synergy expectations, weak monetization capability, cultural misalignment, and ineffective post-merger integration. This case highlights that high user engagement alone does not guarantee financial success without strong strategic fit and effective execution.
Now, let me walk you through the three key reasons why the Yahoo Tumblr merger failed. The first is because of overconfidence in monetization. Yahoo believed it could quickly turn Tumblr into a strong advertising platform, projecting 100 million US dollars in revenue, but they misunderstood the platform's user base who disliked ads. On top of that, the advertisers were hesitant because of Tumblr's unfiltered content, and as a result, those revenue goals were never met. The second reason is due to cultural misalignment, where Yahoo's corporate environment did not match Tumblr's creative, informal culture. Yahoo tried a hands-off approach at first, but without guidance, integration was weak. And when they later stepped in, it created more friction, and this cultural clash made it hard to work towards a shared goal. The third reason is due to poor risk management. There was no solid plan to moderate Tumblr's content or scale revenue in a user-friendly way. Yahoo also repeated mistakes from the past failed acquisitions and didn't adjust its strategy after seeing early signs of trouble. In the end, Yahoo overestimated the deal's potential and underestimated the challenges, and these three issues of overconfidence, cultural clash, and weak risk control led to the deal's failure. Now, let me walk you through the timeline of Yahoo's acquisition of Tumblr. During the pre-acquisition phase, Yahoo first identified Tumblr as a strategic target. The goal was to attract a younger audience and regain relevance in the digital space. Once Tumblr showed interest, discussions began. And during the deal structuring, Yahoo negotiated a $1.1 billion deal, which was agreed upon and officially announced in May 2013. Tumblr was promised operational independence, and its founder, David Karp, stayed on as CEO. And during the post-acquisition phase, Yahoo took a hands-off approach, letting Tumblr operate on its own. But soon, performance issues appeared. Tumblr struggled to generate ad revenue and there were integration challenges. And lastly, during the outcome phase, the deal failed to create value. By 2019, Yahoo, then under Verizon, sold Tumblr for just $3 million. The platform never achieved the expected profits, making this one of the most well-known failed tech acquisitions.
In conclusion, the Yahoo Tumblr acquisition demonstrates that strategic objectives alone do not guarantee success without effective execution. The deal aimed to reposition Yahoo's brand, expand its user base among younger demographics, and strengthen advertising revenue. However, brand revitalization failed. User growth did not translate to sustainable monetization, and advertising synergies were weak. Overvaluation, unrealistic synergy expectations, and cultural misalignment led to significant value destruction, including goodwill impairment and eventual resale. This case highlights the importance of strategy fit, integration, and disciplined post-merger execution in achieving long-term shareholder value.